To show the versatility of Petro-Free, we will conclude by adding a number of different petroleum products to a container full of Petro-Free. We will start with transmission fluid. As you can see, as the transmission fluid is added to the Petro-Free, it clumps up on top and will not get to the bottom. This is strictly a temporary maneuver because in a short time it'll break loose and it'll be sandy again. As a second additive, we are going to add diesel fuel. Diesel fuel is more liquid than the transmission fluid, and I'm adding it right to the top of the transmission fluid. A third product, I'm going to use tramp oil. Now, tramp oil is not used for anything, but it's a residue from various types of manufacturers, and it's just tramp. It's no good to be used, but it's thick like molasses, and a lot of companies have a very difficult time getting rid of this. And I'm going to add a little of this to the top. Now I'm going to let it sit here for just a short period of time, and while it is sitting here and absorbing, I want you to know that none of this will reach the bottom of this little container. It'll all be absorbed into the inner plate structure of Petro-Free before it reaches the bottom. Petro-Free will pick up any hydrocarbon, petrochemical, or hazardous material except hydrofluoric acid. As you can see at this time, it's very clumpy, but as I start to mix it, it'll break loose just as loose sand once again. And the Petro-Free that had not touched it will actually pull the oil from the other particles on the surface of the other particles and draw it into its inner plate structure, so that within a short period of time what you'll have is a loose sand once again. While this is mixing and while it's drying, I'm going to explain one other thing we have done with this product. And this is to show you a couple of pieces of fur. Yes, besides everything else, this will also remove oil from the fur coats of animals without harming them. On this piece of fur, 2/3 of it was covered with oil, 10W40 oil, 1/3 was not, and you can't tell which part was which. On this one, it was completely dunked in 10W40 oil, then it was put under a water tap, so it was water and oil mixed on fur. And within 20 minutes, both of these pieces of fur were dry and fluffy. Now, why are we not doing this demonstration is because it actually takes too long. It would take 20 minutes to accomplish this. At this point, the inner plate structure is continuing to work, and what I'm going to do now is pour this on a sheet of paper. And as you will see, although it's dark, it's already started to regenerate itself. As you can see, some of the lighter particles are coming out. And although there were 3 different types of oil on here, no oil will appear on the surface of this white sheet of paper. As you can see, it's loose once again, just like sand, and as it sits here, the color starts to reappear. Now remember, this is real time. We've only been doing this a minute or so. I'm putting the container back, as you can see. There's only some loose granules on the bottom. Pouring this back in. The paper is clean and dry. The material is loose and sandy.